The Maroon Town Accompong community moving to the beat of a new drum. This week we're getting culturally significant. We're here with the Accompong Chief right now. Chief Richard Currie. Welcome, Chief.
Blessings, respect.
Yeah, man, it's an honor, brother. It's an honor, brother. First of all, 3 words to describe the Accompong community.
Resilient, courageous, ambitious.
Why those words?
Resilience in that, we stood against all odds and overcome. Courage is what defines us, and ambition is what we all have in understanding the privileges that we were born into.
Give a little of just the cultural significance of this community.
So the Maroons were freedom fighters. Essentially, we're the indigenous people of the land before the Spanish came. And when the time of slavery was at its peak, we had wars that entailed the British, which overthrew the Spanish in 1655, and the essence of slaves who ran away to join with those who were indigenous to the land, which became labeled as Maroon. We then went on to fight against the British, who in that time attempted to overtake the entire land and capture and enslave who they could. A band of indigenous people, along with some of those persons who have run away from the different plantations, became known as the Maroons, who then put up a fierce resistance and earned their independence by a treaty with the British in 1738, 1739.
We're independent now.
What's next?
Yeah.
All right. So here the thing is, since getting the independence, 1738, right? What has happened is that we have sat back as a nation, a sovereign entity. We have sat back and pretty much observed the world move past us. So me deciding to go for Colonel is to then take my appreciation and understanding of history and treaty law to then put forward the agenda that is for the Maroon people, because really and truly being independent means you take care of your own and you take care of yourself.
How does the economy up here work?
A lot of the standards that you would have experienced in Jamaica, by and large, it's a similar experience here in the Maroon community.
Okay.
So the question have come in the past, if you're a sovereign, then how come we don't see boundaries, how we don't see borders, or you don't have to pass a security checkpoint and all these things. Not having them doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? It takes resources, it takes capabilities, it takes a lot of planning, organization, and understanding to do that. In essence, what we're trying to do now is to bring back the family home, right? And establish the protocols and the infrastructure and the different support mechanisms that is needed for government to operate as a sovereign entity. So it's not that it's not there, it's just that it hasn't been actualized or reaffirmed. We're now standing on the community tank, right? This is what serves the community with water. There's so many more things at the base of our existence. Running water, roads, proper education, upliftment of our people through our cultural heritage, and building on those things that we have here tangible now. To reestablish our foundations, right? And bring back our family, stronger families and effective representation. That's the vision.
Lastly now, Colonel, what's the most intense thing about being the chief of Accompong?
It's a spiritual rising, it's a rise to a call, And right now, the most intense thing is knowing that I'm responsible for the voices of a tribe, right? And know that the actions and decisions that are taken are on the behalf of those people who have put their trust in me. That's the most intense thing to have to deal with as a colonel.
Chief Richard Currie, Accompong, we're there in the kinder.